What is happening, you guys? Malachi here, and I want to talk to you about something. Okay, there's something that really aggravates me sometimes. It involves I dropped my cap. Hold on a second. Okay. It involves critics and audiences, and you do know that of course, critics and audiences, because of course, when you were, you're born, and when you watch movies, you're the audience, and you react to the movies that you like. And from audiences, at times when you grow up, you always just want to become something or become someone, and you want to have a job by doing, and that's criticizing, and that becomes critics. So, audience at times become as critics. But of course, there's a lot of difference between all that. And one of the things that aggravates me at times, actually a lot of times when I'm like watching movies with my parents or something, is of course how my parents, like, well, you don't know how because you don't know them. It's just that they, of course, they don't think as critics, because I'm a critic. I love movies. I love good movies. I criticize the good ones. I criticize the bad ones. Well, at first when we watch a movie, you don't know if it's bad or not. When we go watch it, you always want to have a positive review, like a positive thought about it. At times, there's always those bad boys that you just want to go like just like rage about it, and that's times when people record themselves and say, "Don't watch this freaking movie" or something like that. That's a different story. But like, like my parents or my friends of mine, they don't like think as me. I always wanted like friends that think as me, as in critics, because it's and my parents don't agree that like criticizing movies and it's not fun. Well, for one thing, we all are born all different, and we're not alike from what we think of. We all have different identities. Yeah, like we all have different DNA. We have the same, that we have all different fingerprints. Everyone in this world, we're not alike. We're all different in every sort of way. And I get that, but it sometimes it's really aggravating. It's because I want my parents or other people to understand what I'm saying, and they don't seem to understand. And what I mean by that is that, well, for one thing, recently, well, not back in, it was like a couple, maybe, yeah, about a few weeks ago, I saw The Gray with Liam Neeson, and I really, really liked the movie. I mean, at times I can say at times it can be a bit predictable at times. But still, of an edge of your seat thriller, I still recommend it. It's probably the best performance by Liam Neeson I've ever seen. I do recommend The Gray. It's great stuff. I really like the movie. Um, and what just really it just gets under my skin is just on my parents. Because when my parents watch movies, it's always goes with my parents. When my parents watch movies, they're always greeting for the movies that want to have a feel good type of film, like a feel good, like feel good films, like all happy and all cheerful and buddy buddy, or just like all happy. And I always tell my parents, all like a lot of movies are not always like that. And they're like, I know, Malachi, I know. It's just like, that's what our favorite movie is. And I don't mind that. I don't mind feel good movies. I love watching feel good movies. Like freaking I don't know, like Over the Edge or Finding Nemo, The Lion King, or pretty much all Disney films. They're all feel good movies. They're great. They're great. They're all great films. And I can actually consider that Disney is actually the only movies that, or just plain on Disney, just never screwed up on any of their single movie. They're all freaking good. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. But that's what I'm basically going at. Because because I criticized by everything, because when I saw The Grey, I really liked it. I had a great suspense, had a great cast, I thought it was frightening, it was thrilling, and it was every time I was watching it, I was like holding my chair, and it was a great time. And my parents didn't exactly like the movie as much as I did. I mean, they liked it, but they are, like I said, they're just looking for the feel-good films. And of course, obviously, when you look at The Grey, it's nothing like that. And that's irritating, because I wish they could know the way I'm thinking. Very aggravating. Oh man, it's frustrating as hell. I gotta drink this because my throat gets a little dry when I talk. But yeah, it's really irritating, really a lot. And when I watch it, like, oh my god, like, if you guys have you seen Moneyball with Brad Pitt? My god, that movie's so good. I love that movie. When it came out in 2011, when I saw it in theaters, it was amazing. Love that movie. It was a very good movie. But at times I always say, oh, because, well, the thing is, I saw Moneyball over at a friend, like, not a friend, not like one of my friends, or one of my parents' adult friends. And the thing is, what actually really gets on my nerves at times when we're watching movies and stuff, when you pause the TV at times, they go to the bathroom, or they talk during the film, or eating, and then looking up and down from because my parents' friends had like those TVs that stick to the wall, and you have to keep looking up and eating. And I was there, and I was enjoying the film. I was like looking at, and as soon as the movie was done, I mean, my parents liked it and stuff, but they didn't like it as much as I did, and which is fine, you know, it's fine. But when they say things like, oh, it wasn't, like, I mean, they liked it, but they say it was okay. It's not as good as like Remember the Titans or Glory Road or other sports films like Goal, or, you know, like, I'm like, really? I mean, I'm not saying that any of those movies are bad. I mean, they're good, but Moneyball, man, that movie kicked ass. Love that film. And at times I always say, hey, like, why don't you watch the movie again, and you'll probably like it even more than you already do. And that's the same thing as when it comes to, like, I don't know. And this is a movie that they actually really did like as much as I did. Was X-Men First Class. And at first when we watched it, I watched it in a crappy DVD player, so it was like only working halfway, and it scratched. And we had to stop from there because they had to go to bed and stuff. And then we came back and we watched the rest of it. And from that time, it was actually really a while back ago. It was like 2011 when it first came out, when I bought it on DVD. And then we recently saw it again. They're like, Malachi, you are right. We loved it even more than last time. My point. If they watch, I don't know, Moneyball again, they will love it again. They will love it even more. And I know, and going back into the critics and audiences, you know, it just aggravates me because you know that those professional critics, Rotten Tomatoes, at times it kind of surprises me how much sometimes the audiences and the you know, because you know, when you look at Rotten Tomatoes, you type Rotten Tomatoes and you see their percents, and the other side of the percent is the audience percent. It shocks me because, you know, like at times when you see a film from reviewed by Rotten Tomatoes has, like, I don't know, like 90%, and the other side of the audience's side has like 50% or something like that. It's like, man, that's really low. It's like, come on now, you know, because you know how sometimes, you know, what those so-called movies called critic movies, you know, critic movies, and sometimes people don't like those type of movies because they just want that freaking action-packed, freaking all over your face, and the camera shakes like, ah, no, no, you know. Like, you know, like Die Hard and stuff. I mean, I totally agree. I mean, that movie kicks ass and stuff. I mean, I know, I get it, but there's those movies that don't really catch people's eyes. You know, like critic movies, like, I don't know, like Like, what movie that people really didn't care much for? I don't know. There's a lot of them. I know a lot of people that love Pulp Fiction. That's like every freaking. That's like every people's favorite movie. Um, I never seen Pulp Fiction. Yeah, there's so many movies I have ever seen. There's so many movies that I know that I have not seen. I mean, I have never seen Pulp Fiction. I never seen Goodfellas. I never seen The Godfather Part 1 and Part 2. I never seen Fight Club. I gotta watch Fight Club. There's so many movies, and yeah, that's another thing. I never seen. There's so many movies that I know that I never seen. But that's a totally off topic here. But I hope you guys know what I mean by critics and audiences and stuff. That people don't agree with what you're saying because they don't think as a critic. They always, like my parents, they always like want the feel-good films. I mean, I'm telling them that every freaking movie's gonna be like that. Aggravating. And I always want to tell them what good things about it. They're like, it's okay and stuff. And it's like, yeah, no. I was gonna put the fingers, but I just want to go, be more polite. I wasn't gonna do the fingers. But anywho, that's all, you guys. I just wanted to put that out there really quick. Please tell me what you guys think about audio, like different audios and critics. What are your experiences with people that you know with that don't like a film because they have because they're not critics? Okay, critics, please, you critics, tell me what your experiences with other audiences don't agree with the movie, and you tell them they're like nah and stuff. So please tell me, you guys, please tell me what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.